Obviously, some technical difficulties. We're trying to work through them. I got some personal difficulties I'm still trying to go through also. But as an aside, we just introduced you to Moon Verdon and the assault uh, upon the elderly that was perpetrated by Mr. Flip Flops. Strangely enough, pink people being pink is something that we are running up against time after time now, at this time. And they are getting called on it. State of Georgia has a young lady that's running for state representative, and she also wants to be senator. She just ended up admitting that she called ICE on a Hyundai plant in her hometown that was employing all of these South Koreans. Excuse me, isn't Hyundai a South Korean company? She called ICE and had ICE go over to them, and they arrested about 350 South Koreans. Those same South Koreans are being called back right now to South Korea by their government, who was putting those 350 South Koreans to work, teaching Americans how to operate an electric car battery manufacturing plant that they created. They didn't get a chance to do that because they were arrested, and their government called them home. Now, Lying 44.5 had talked to the president of Korea less than 30 days ago about investing in America. South Korea stated they were going to invest $350 billion in America. That is right now under deep question. The people, the government, and the industries of this planet are watching Lying 44.5 poison the international view of America. Because now they're seeing the racist, ignorant, immigrantophonia that Line 44.5 not only is, but he's convincing leaders and principals in this country to act the same. Less than a month ago, the president of South Korea said he was going to spend several $100 billion investing in America, investing in putting industry to hire Americans to sell products all over the world made by America. Now they're backing off of that. But so is France, Belgium, Germany, and most of Western Europe are backing the hell away from doing anything with America. Ever since Line 44.5 became president and started showing the world his ignorance, his stupidity, his racism, and his fear. He is constantly trying to evoke this emotion in Americans, fearful of the immigrants, fearful of the outsiders, fearful of the others, fearful of anything. Because he says he's the only one that can save you from that fear that he invented. How about all of the fears that he creates? How about all of the circumstances and lies he inflicts on this nation? One other thing. In a place called Burkina Faso, their leader, Captain Ibrahim Traore, is doing some wonderful things. He has just arrested, tried, and convicted the head of Western Europe's primary gold producing organizations. People who took $500 billion worth of gold from his country and only paid for $10 billion. Mm-hmm. They poisoned the water with, it wasn't sulfur, nitrous oxide, no, it wasn't nitrogen. It was something very poisonous, and I can't remember at this moment. But this killed hundreds of people. They took people from their native lands, the place where they lived, the place where their ancestors were buried, the place, and made them leave and put a mine there and took billions of dollars of gold away from there. You know what they paid these people? $100. I am not kidding. I am not lying. Each adult member of the village was given $100. So they paid less than $5,000 for about $200 billion worth of gold. And then they lied to the government about what gold they were taking out. Ibrahim Traore said, no, none of that is going down. And he is being followed by several other Alkebulanese countries. He took the CEO of the 4 top gold producers in Europe, and he had them all arrested while they were in Burkina Faso. He had them all sent to prison while they were in Burkina Faso. He had them all set before a judge and jury. They were convicted on hundreds of counts. And I think the least sentenced person was sentenced to 40 years in jail and a fine of $10 billion. And that was the least, because there were several, especially the guy who was doing child labor and sending 8-year-olds into mines to become chronic obstructive pulmonary disease patients by the time they were 15. He was sentenced to life in prison without any possibility of parole. All of his wealth was taken, but all of the wealth of everybody who was arrested, all of their personal Lear jets, all of their multi Rolls Royce and vehicles, all of their homes and houses, all of their bank accounts, all of their gold reserves, all of everything they had was taken over by the government of Burkina Faso. Now, this caused the President of the United States to tell him, well, we're not going to send you any assistance. And he laughed and said, excuse me, we just got collected back on about $500 billion in gold. Keep your assistance. We don't need it. And he said that fully with the backing of the Soviet Union, who he has now moved into close contact with. Vladimir Putin was there last week. The same Vladimir Putin that told Western Europe you need to pay Alkebulanese for all that you've taken from them. You need to give them the reparations that are due. You need to stop all of this ignorant racism and stupid his story making. The rest of the world knows lies when it hears it, and when it hears it time after time, constantly from the President of the United States, yeah, they're going to get some sort of attitude that they should not trust this country. And that's where we are. That's the time we're living in right now. It's about to change.
Imagine that.
Okay, this incident change is now. The incidents with Moon shows how circumstances didn't change. Alkebulanese being verbally and spiritually assaulted. But, the results and reaction of the people involved sure did change everything. The daughter on the cell phone, printing all this stuff online so everybody else can see it and feel it. This was not something that happened in the 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s. The bystander who wasn't just going to stand by. All of that new. Crowd sympathizing with the elder, and race was not a factor. His age was. This story has shot through Oprah. It's on Good Morning America. It's almost on every newscast that you can think of. And this last bit illustrates what time it is. We are living in the time of change, renewal, and liberation from the ignorance of pink people and the stupidity of being white. No, you're not white, that is, objectively. That means when you take the color that pink people are and you put them on a inanimate object, what color do you call that inanimate object? And the answer is pink. No one wants to be pink people, but that's what they are. Ignorance is giving way now at this time to understanding. People are not allowing ignorance or stupidity to cloud their existence. And that's what time it is right now. We got a song by O.G. Shankster and Global Entertainment that gives you a real view of time and how time can change and how time is the one thing we cannot afford to waste. Listen as Global Entertainment and O.G. Shankster bring you Time.
Anybody got the time? Nobody knows the hour, man, we steady wasting time. Like we gon' live forever, death has its own design. It's steady painting pictures, big portraits of ghetto living. We trapped in this game to maintain pain, cause we all in prison. Tales of our own dimensions, we tied to these street conventions. How many lives must the Lord snatch for the world to listen? Y'all need to pay attention and pray for your own repentance. When Jesus died up on that cross, it was for good intentions. Vengeance belong to God, cause hate never conquered love. And y'all always scared to ride you, transform them into bugs. You can't quite believe they grown. This street life done took them in. I'm still trying to bring them home. I hope they can make it in time. Tomorrow never seems to promise you time. And yesterday was just a matter of time. We living today in the grace of our time. It could be you, it could be me. Nobody promised you time. Tomorrow never seems to promise you time. And yesterday was just a matter of time. We living today in the grace of our time. It could be you, it could be me. Nobody promised you. I really miss my pops, man. I can't believe he gone. I I held his hands up on time steps when they called him home. Man, I could barely breathe it. Felt like my life was doomed. I felt the spirit leave his body right there in the room. Man, I just couldn't cry. My tears had refused to leave. I looked at my mama's eyes and knew that his soul was free. Free to begin his journey towards heaven's doors. I hope that he made it in, cause man, when it rains it pours. I finally hit my knees, the tears had begun to fall, cause death came around in threes. My kid's mama took the call. Man, she'd have seen my face. I couldn't hang up the phone with my son on the other end. Said, Daddy, my mama's gone. Jesus had called her home. I nearly lost my mind. Nobody knows the hour, man, nobody knows the time. We take this life for granted, yeah, we steady wasting time. Like we gon' live forever, we all on borrowed time. Tomorrow never seems to promise you time. And yesterday was just a matter of time. We living today in the grace of our time. It could be you, it could be me, nobody promised you time. Tomorrow never seems to promise you time. And yesterday was just a matter of time. We living today in the grace of our time. It could be you, it could be me, nobody promised you. This world is getting colder, weight still up on our shoulder. Man, I can barely breathe, I feel like it's almost over. Whole world have been convicted, this crime rate done finally shifted. Them shackles and chains up on this nightmare's been finally lifted. I was only sent to warn you, cause my time is almost finished. I gave you the perfect moment, by nightfall it counts to minutes. Cause nobody knows the hour or second we supposed to leave. We all searching for tomorrow when yesterday was all we need. We so busy making plans on times beyond the future. Hope y'all can make amends, cause tomorrow wasn't promised to you. Y'all need to hit your knees and ask God to save your soul, cause nobody knows the hour or time you supposed to go. Time. Tomorrow never seems to promise you time. And yesterday was just a matter of time. We living today in the grace of our time. It could be you, it could be me, nobody promised you time. Tomorrow never seems to promise you time. And yesterday was just a matter of time. We living today in the grace of our time.
It could be you, it could be
me, nobody promised you time.
Absolutely. Don't waste your time searching for tomorrow when yesterday was all we needed. If we had used yesterday to its maximum benefit and effect, we would not be waiting for tomorrow. But that is where we are. What is next will lift all of humanity above where Europeans have risen, to arrive at the understanding that the chosen of Israel, sold into chattel slavery 400 years ago, has awakened to claim their history, their biology, their righteousness, and their inheritance. That is the time we have right now, and that is what America must decide what time it is. Is it time for America to be American, where all are created equal? All men are created equal is in our Declaration of Independence. But we don't act like it. Line 44 don't act like it. Calling places shithole countries and talking about anybody who is not rich and pink as being not welcome. Excuse me, aren't those the people who made this country? At least made it into what it is right now? Because when the Native Americans had this place, they were quite happy and content until pink people got here and started throwing death and disease at them like darts at a dartboard, and brought our ancestors here to create this place with no money, no pay. We just want you to create this place for us. We did. And now it's time for change. Okay. I'm through. Anybody got any questions? Because I got to go home. I got to leave here, y'all, and so I'm going to say peace,
Peace.
which stands for proper education always corrects error. Yes, it does.
Continue to be blessed, y'all.
Lord bless you, and the ancestors continue to protect you.
Like, share, and subscribe. And go to the sites that we have listed around. The Most High is good.
And the ancestors are kind
Thanks
for having us on your mind.